Carson Tate's video log. We're here in sunny Palm Springs for the LGBTQ Book Festival, and this is new BSB author, Kathleen Knowles. Do you like Kathleen or Kathy?
Either one's fine.
Okay.
I go by both.
Okay. So is one better, like when someone's mad at you? Kathleen!
Yeah, when someone's mad at me, that's my mother.
Okay, well,
for official purposes, I use Kathleen, but in certain results we can.
Okay, I'm going to call you Kathy.
Right.
All right, so your new book is called Awake Unto Me, and it's a historical romance set in the 1900s?
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about the book.
Well, it starts in the childhood of my two characters when they're both around 10 years old. So I go through some childhood stuff. One of them is a girl named Beth, and she grows up to be a nurse, and the other one's a girl named Carrie. She grows up to be a dishwasher and a cook in a big fancy restaurant, Charles Hotel. So through a bunch of circumstances, they meet, and they fall in love. And there's complications, as usual. There's complications. And one of the things that I think I liked so much about it was being able to use all of the settings in San Francisco that I'm so familiar with, like the Presidio, and like the Golden Gate Park. And I had to do a lot of reading about
how they were then.
How they were then. For instance, you could see the ocean from 3 miles back because the trees had.
Oh wow! I hadn't even thought about that. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, and so they could see the ocean when they were in the eastern end of the park. And so, what else about them? They're from different ends of town. One's from the Barbary Coast, which was like basically the red light district,
right?
And the waterfront. So that's where they used to kidnap sailors, and that's what Carrie did when she was a kid. Her father.
She'd lure sailors.
Yeah. She would bring people in, and they would kidnap them, and they would get knocked out, drugged, knocked out, and delivered in ropes to some other ship.
So that's how they got their crew.
That's how they got the crews, because the crews were always jumping ship in San Francisco.
So they'd have to go kidnap.
They'd have to go kidnap somebody else. And Beth is from a very quiet neighborhood, Mission District, which was predominantly Italian. A dry goods store, so they were very middle class kind of family, so totally different.
So what inspired you to write the book?
San Francisco.
Okay, so that's
partly San Francisco and partly a photograph I saw in a museum way back in the 90s, and it was the nurses in the first Women's Army Nurse Corps, and their white uniforms nursing on board the ship. And I just remember staring at that picture for a long time. This was before I even thought about writing. The picture stayed with me, and the image of a nurse caring for somebody. And I knew that the time frame was going to be not modern, but 19th century. So I guess it just kind of then developed over time.
Are you like one of those, is this actually your first novel, or are you one of those writers who has a drawer full of manuscripts?
I don't have a drawer full of manuscripts, but what I did for a couple of years was write fan fiction.
Oh, okay. What kind?
Well, you recall about 2006 there was a little movie release called Loving Anna.
Yes.
At that time there was a lot of fan fiction being written, so I started writing fan fiction on one of the sites on the internet, and I developed quite a following with it.
Yeah.
So a lot of people said, you're pretty good at this.
You should tackle a novel.
So that's when I decided to go ahead and try and write a novel.
Well, we're lucky you all did. I haven't finished the book yet, but I've enjoyed it so far, and
Great.
looking forward to it. Awake Unto Me, Kathleen Knowles, and it's available right now from BSB. Was it February release?
January release.
January, sorry. The months are starting to run together.
Okay.
Okay, well, thanks so much for joining us. What are you working on now?
I'm working on a modern romance.
Easier?
Easier and harder. It's a complicated subject, but the time frame is the spring, summer, and fall of 2008. In California marriage for 5 months, and then Pompeii.
Okay, well, it also set in San Francisco?
Also set in San Francisco.
You're like me. I do all my books in Dallas. You're probably going to use your city as a inspiration.
It is. It's a big inspiration.
Excellent. Well, so nice to meet you. Thanks for joining us. This is Carson Tate's video log. Make sure you order Kathleen Knowles' book, Awake Unto Me, and watch for her second novel. Do you have a title yet?
Right now, the working title is Forsaking All Others.
I like that. I like that a lot. So thanks again. This is Carson Tate's video log signing.